And we are back again with more Zimbabwe Football Premiership games for you. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika, and yes, thank you so much for joining us once again, wherever you might be in and outside Zimbabwe. And we've got 3 games today, those 3 games, and one of them we are bringing to you live as you sit there. I hope that you are keeping warm, hey, and make sure your loved ones, especially the little ones, are nice and cozy because we are bringing you from Emagumeni, that's Midfield Stadium, from the city of Kings and Queens, the game between hosts Iboso Highlanders taking on the Panthers MWOS. There are 2 other games. Kumbiles at Rufaro Stadium, Makepekepe, the Green Machine, host Boys Zenaro, Green Fuel. We will be keeping you up to date about what will be happening there. And at Gibbo Stadium in Triangle, the Sugar Boys, Triangle United, are hosting Mavira Vira. Those are the matches that we will be keeping you up to date with. Of course, one of them from Emagumeni Midfields. You will be able to follow it with us. So get ready, because we'll be crossing in about 20 minutes or so to Vava, that's Valentine Mabugu there in the commentary box. And yesterday we had 6 matches that were laden with emotional drama, controversy, and a 7-goal thriller at one venue. Here, before we talk about more on that, let's say hello to 2 of our experts from ZBC TV Sports. First, let's say hello to the man we call Ginola. He is Willie Mtingwa. Yes, Ginola, drama, excitement, everything yesterday. And we hope we will get more today.
Exactly, CNN. Good afternoon, Zimbabwe. We hope it's going to be an exciting afternoon today at Emagumeni, at Gibbo, and at Rufaro Stadium, the ceremonial home of football.
Yes, and with Ginola is the guy we call Uche. Let's say hello to Achiford Mundaba. Uche, yes, so what a weekend it has been. Chilly, but I see you keeping warm, eh?
Thank you so much, CNN. It's good to be here in Zimbabwe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from the global village.
Right, there was a 7-goal thriller at Mandava in Montoro. Controversy as well as a penalty was awarded to Ngezi that Kwekwe United, the Gold Boys, strongly felt should not have been, but in the end common sense prevailed and it was taken, and it ended 5-2 for Madamburo. And there was drama as well at Mandava Stadium, the game that we gave you. We will be reliving some of the highlights for that. It ended 1-1, the 2 arch rivals there. The other matches, there was also controversy at Gibbo Stadium. Bikita Minerals hosting Chicken Inn. That's the Lithium Boys hosting the Gamecocks. And a free kick that Bikita Minerals scored, and Chicken Inn felt that they should have got a penalty. And there was a bit of a flare-up there again, you know. The referees seeming to hog the limelight in our matches. And there were no goals to talk about from Nyamunga Stadium, 0-0. There was no goals to talk about as well in the game at Ascot Stadium between Tel1 and her rentals. But coming up are the highlights from the game that we brought to you yesterday. And what a match it was at Mandava Stadium as Pure Platinum Play, FC Platinum, hosted their arch rivals, Chenu Chedu, Simba Bora. Take a look.
Mageno sekendile nakuyona lethinta ke laphana FC Platinum itike goal shayete laphana liyakubani Tati emapuleni Tandonga kweta igoli yakhe number 9 uyavalelisa ke mfana lapha ke box ithela emapuleni nje
ya kukhanya lapha Simba Bora sebebiza ama-players bathi hayi leli goli leli hayi aliseswanga kuhle
Webster Tapa. The shake goes in, he's there after.
Yeah,
Bora Mauchi. Equalizer.
Not good.
That's equalizer. A thrilling way. Header. Mangalani pitted to it. The stadium's pulse, a frenzied beat. Simba Bora's fan spirits repeat. The scoreboard reads 1-0 Talu.
What a header, what a head. This is referee and a yellow card. La banda qeda vele 9 men la.
There were 2 red cards from that game. The first one went to Carlos Mavrume, the Simba Bora defender, for a crude open-footed lunge at JJ Jarrison Selemani, and he saw red one time, flashed by referee Lawrence Simondi. There was another red card shown to Simba Bora assistant coach Dylan Chivandire after some exchanges between him and the referee. But of course, both sets of head coaches feeling that the incidents were not fair. They were not fair indeed. So I'm just saying the referee is hogging the limelight there. But there was, again, emotional drama. Tears of, a young man, a promising young man leaving the Zimbabwe football scene. But again, those almost tears turning to joy. But before we talk about that, let's have a look at the red card incident that I alluded to earlier on. Right, guys, Chinola, let's have a look at those highlights, and we'll see that, that red card incident.
Yeah, from the angle we are getting there, you can see that the open stars there, and the challenge was up somewhere around the knee there. I cannot clearly see from here, but you will see that was a crude tackle. And I think Lawrence Zimondi got it right. That's a red card offense, because it was a bit harsh. Yeah, there was also some force going on there on the open foot, open studs, and everything there. I think that's a red card offense.
Yeah, that must have hurt. That must have hurt.
Yes.
Have a look at it again. Ooh,
Yeah, even CNN.
Carlos Mavrume.
Yeah, if you have a look at it, according to the laws of the game, the player Carlos didn't go for the ball. He went for the man. But if he went for the ball, on balance of probability, one would have said maybe you missed the ball and took the man. But there, it was a clear lunge on that FC Platinum player, and according to the laws of the game, Lord 12 on fouls and misconduct, there's a clear foul that was committed, and a straight red card under those circumstances. So the referee got it right. It was
That's right.
Yeah.
He deserved to walk. Carlos Mavrume and Lawrence Simondi made him walk. And then, of course, Dylan Chivandire, the Simba Bora assistant coach, also getting his red card for continually disputing the referee's decision there. So drama at almost all the matches there, except where there were goalless draws, two affairs at Nyamunga Stadium and at Ascot Stadium. The students doing well to hold firm against Tel 1, the informed team, because so that means the students taking 4 points from Tel 1, because in the first game they beat them at Rufaro 2-1. Then they went there, managing to hold them to a draw. Dynamos, they needed to win, because as it is, Dynamos are just one place above the Gold Boys, Kwekwe United, in 17th position. So things not looking very, very good. And then I talked to you about a young man, a promising young man, who waved goodbye to Zimbabwe football. But he's not hanging up his boots. No. He's going to greener pastures, to the South African Premiership to join Amazulu. I'm talking about Tandonga. And our crew talked to him after the game. Of course, he scored for FC Platinum. And listen to what the brilliant young man had to say.
Nobody thank you for nurturing my talent. I hope for the best for the club. It's painful to leave my mother club. It's painful, but I will just hope for the best for the club. Coach angonduza kuti neatweke onayo. I think auchanotamba. Yeah, and I believe in network. Pakatanga pre-season. Ndakatongotanga onjishanda, and I believe this is my year. Chiroma games asada tanga. And I believe this is my year. And I thought to enda next year. But it's on the fast. And I thank God for that. My ambitions are to score and Chitamba to the players. I just want to thank the support. Yeah, even their assist. They
Tandonga off to Amazulu in the South African Premiership, and we wish him so well, Tandonga there. And guys, well, before I ask these two experts to hone in with their thoughts on Tandonga, I know Michael Nis will not be angry at me about saying this, but Michael Nis has plenty of admiration for Tandonga, and he was saying to me this one could be the future gunman. He sees him as a future gunman for the Warriors, and I know that Michael Nis will not be angry will not be as upset with me for revealing that. A big fan of Tandonga, Uche.
Yeah, if you look at the young men, just numbers don't lie. If we go the scientific route in the Premiership right now, you have Navaya as well as Veremu. They've scored 10, and with his goal yesterday, he's now on 9. And so he's a goal getter. He's a goal poacher. And if you look at the goal that he scored yesterday, I think that one is for the archives. With his back to the goal, the defender pushing him, but somehow he managed to push, to poke the ball in. He's a fantastic player. One thing that I liked about the interview, the element of humility. He is humble, he is cool, he is calm, he is collected. That quality will make you go far. Yeah.
Yep. Tandonga, let's hope, we know he's going to go far. Right. The setting is all for us. 400 kilometers away, if we are talking about here at Pockets Hill in Harare, 400 kilometers away. I don't know how far you are as you are watching us right now, but it's at Emagumeni, proper name, Babafield Stadium. That's where we will be headed. It's Highlanders, Iboso, Chilamoya, taking on Panthers, MWOS. The last time they won 1-0. That is the Panthers. They won 1-0. But we don't know what is going to happen. So, Ginola, your thought. Before we do that, let's just link you up with what was happening before at Emagumeni. That's today. Take a look.
The ball blade through. The goalkeeper off his line. And he's taken away. And it's there. Salif Chair has finally taken advantage to make it MWOS World of Sport 1, Highlanders 0. That's a terrible blow for done in the first 45 minutes. This is how it came. He hesitated. Chair had one thing in his mind: roll the ball into the empty net. The Highlanders are behind, and come to think of it, the defensive work that was put up by Mbeba, that was a painful goal.
Right, that was the earlier game at Baobab Stadium in Mondoro. Salif Chair scoring the only goal of the match. His MWOS in the very first game of the season stunned not only the Highlanders fans but the whole Zimbabwe fraternity. As Iboso arrived at Emagumeni. Yes, the black and white colors of one of the three big giants of Zimbabwe football, Highlanders there. Well, now having parted ways with KK, the Zambian coach Kelvin Kaindu, now under the tutorship of Trai Ngobe, formerly of Wange. He is the head coach now on an interim basis, assisted by former Kingpin Zimbabwe Warrior striker Agent Ajira Sau, and Ginola Highlanders hoping to be victorious today.
Yes, Highlanders, I think they are desperate for points because they are sitting 10th at the moment with 19 points. So if they win today, they will have 3 more points, which is take them to 22 points, and potentially they might swap places with the Highlanders into 9th place. And I've seen something that is happening in the local premiership. Teams have the tendency of changing their kit whenever they are going through a bad spell. I've seen this with Scotland, Caps United, and now it's Highlanders. Today they are in all white, no those whites. They are traditional with the stripes in the front. And Scotland, they've dumped their traditional colors, which are blue, to grey and black. Yep. And their Caps United, they also favor the all white, and you see MWOS arriving.
The Panthers, Modzana Udzana, the guys who are based in Norton, that's the Panthers arriving, having lost Tungezi Platinum in their last game, and saddened, the fans are saddened. There's the red kit that they will be wearing. And remember, the top goal poacher in the country plays for this team. He is Billy Veremu. The MWOS supporters call him Mbappe after the Real Madrid top goal scorer Kylian. So we'll see. He shares that top spot, of course, with Washington Navaya of Tail 1. He couldn't get past through the students yesterday. Washington Navaya said they are on 10 apiece. And of course, the departing Tandonga is on 9. And for Highlanders, Ribo, we call him Ribo. That's reason Sibanda is on 5. 5 short of Billy Veremu. So it will be quite something to behold. Whether Ribo can catch up, can he score 5 goals to catch up with Billy Veremu? I don't know, Uche. Do you think that can be done?
Yeah, we remember in the other fixture when they played against Chicken Inn, he managed to score a hat-trick. As we see Highlanders warming up there. You know, Emagumeni used to be a fortress, and Highlanders used not to take any prisoners there in that in the cauldron of Emagumeni. So we hope and trust that maybe they will prevail over MWOS, but they've been blowing hot and cold. The coming in of the new coach, for me, CNN is a baptism of fire because they are facing a team which is at the top of their game, but they will have confidence with the fact that MWOS, their bubble burst last weekend at Baobab with through Ngezi Platinum Stars there. So obviously maybe their confidence is low, and Highlanders would need to capitalize on that. So referring to Reason Sibanda, as long as he has support, Highlanders ordinarily employ a 4-4-2. Maybe today they will deploy a 4-3-3 with the Archford, my namesake, normally operating on the left channel. Then they have Melikaya as well as Marson. So in terms of balance of play, MWOS are coming into this game low on confidence. Yeah.
They'll have to get past this man here, no doubt. They will have to, because he is playing the game of his life. That's Martin Mapisa of MWOS, one of the leading goalkeepers in the country, if maybe not the leading goalkeeper in the country at the moment. So they'll have to really work hard to get past it.
Rightly so, and CNN, if you talk of Mapisa, what do you say? Advantage has got the height and the acrobatics. He is more of elastic. We've been to Ngoni together, and where we witnessed almost goals coming in, but somehow tipping them over. So in terms of confidence, he has, and in terms of guarding the goals, Lloyd Mtasa there, he has got a safest pair of hands. But with the reason Sibanda, who's third in terms of goal scoring, I think he's in for an acid test today at BF.
Right. So the Highlanders supporters here hoping to be victorious. Right. What we're going to do is always, it's always tip top when you are with us on this show. We are just finding out what the two coaches had to say, because earlier on our crew talked to first trying Ngube for Yiboso and then to Samaita Lloyd Mutasa of MWOS. Take a listen.
It's not an easy team to play against. We played them in the first match, they beat us, and we know that coming into this game, pressing that they also lost last week, they are coming as a wounded Buffalo, but we are going to fight to get points because we are playing at home. This Midfield Stadium with these fans here, we must be able to get a result.
Obviously, like any other day, you play Highlanders, it's gonna be tough, and more so at BF. But I think we've psyched up ourselves, and the reason why we are in this elite league is to meet such big clubs like Highlanders, and I'm sure we're ready for the task. Our team is an attacking team. If you sit back, you're like inviting problems to your area. So I think we're used to attack, and probably attacking is what we are going to do today.
Right, so you had the two gaffers, and we've just learned that Martin Mapisa is actually on the bench. Probably picked up an injury, last minute injury. We'll clear that for you. So Francis Tizai is going to be, who is number 2 to Martin Mapisa, is going to be in goal for MWOS, the Panthers. But Tizai as well, a very dependable goalkeeper. So Highlanders need not to sit on their laurels and hope and think that because Mapisa is out and we're now facing Tizai, it's going to be easy. No, Tizai, very, very dependable. He's been in the game for quite some time. And of course, Highlanders are number 9, meeting number 2. So Highlanders are number 9. They have got 23 points. If they win today, they actually fly up to 6th and overtake FC Platinum. And if MWOS win today, they actually go on top. They are 34 and Simba Bora on 36. So if MWOS win, they'll be on 37. They'll be 1. So let's find out if that's going to happen or not. The predictions. Let's start with Ginola. Your prediction.
Yeah, it's a tough one, CNN, to be honest. But I think Highlanders will prevail by 1-0.
Highlanders 1-0.
Yes.
Okay. Ginola had it right yesterday. Uche?
Saying, it's a tough one, but I'll give it 2-1 to Highlanders.
2-1. 1-0. Ginola 1-0 Highlanders. Uche 2-1 Highlanders. Obviously. I have to go for 1-0 to MWOS just to balance it up. Right. Let's cross over to Emagumeni and join. Of course, there will be the national anthem first, and then we will join Valentine Vava Mabugu, who is with DB Dalu Bebe. We will be talking to you at halftime. It's over to Emagumeni.
Welcome to match day 18 of the Kasulaga Premier Soccer League. And we are live from the iconic Midfield Stadium right here in Bulawayo, the City of Kings, where Highlanders Football Club, Iposo, take on MWOS FC, also known as the Panthers. Highlanders Football Club, currently ranked 9th with 23 points, are looking to bounce back after a tumultuous period that saw the departure of their head coach, Zambian Calvin Kayindu. In his place, the interim head coach Trai Ngube will lead the team, assisted by the legendary Argent Sau. This change in leadership adds an air of uncertainty and excitement as the team seeks to regroup and find their footing. On the other hand, MWOS FC, currently second on the log behind Simba, Bora, is riding high on their form. However, they suffered a setback last week, losing their first game of the season against the Platinum Stars. This match against Highlanders will be a crucial test of their resolve and ability to adapt to the challenges posed by the Bosso part. And there you have the two teams going through their rituals. Highlanders going to the center of the field. Bulawayo Kings, Highlanders take the stage. MWOS visits with pride to engage. A clash of wills, a test of might. Which team will reign in the City of Kings? Bosso spirit, a fervent cry. The Panther skill, a challenge to the sky. The whistle will blow in a few minutes and the game will be aflame. Let us see which team will claim the fame. The stakes are high, the tension is palpable, the crowd is ready. Let's get ready for kickoff this thrilling matchup between with Tandonga Pepe, the two lineups.
Good afternoon to you, Valele. Good afternoon to all the viewers. And as we see the Highlanders line up there with Ruad Musa in goals and Koza on the right, I'm a bit worried about this kind of defense because they are a bit jittery. And against MWOS, you would see Billy Veremi is there in the lineup, Tafazo George is there, Innocent Zambezi. So this is quite a strong team for MWOS, and they really mean business. And they are shaped up in a 3-5-2 formation. And the battle is going to be in the midfield, just like yesterday, where we saw Simba Bora versus FC Platinum.
And of course, we had to try Ngube saying that they needed to congest that midfield so as to be able to unlock the MWOS defense that has been very, very solid so far this season.
Yeah, definitely. And like I'm saying, it's going to be a very, very difficult game, especially if you are going to look at the formation that Highlanders has employed. They've deployed 4 in the midfield: Yupek Ngube, Mason Mshore, Melikaya Ngube, Tendai Muvuti. So it's going to be a big tussle in the middle of the park. But guess what? MWOS has got 5. So I really don't know how they're going to do it, because in terms of numbers, MWOS will be better off in the midfield.
Let's talk about the coaching department and the East Technical side. Of course, Trai Ngube steps in as he gets elevated to be the head coach in this instance after the firing of Kevin Kayindu. Some didn't like it. Some said it was long overdue. Your take on it, and how sometimes coming as an interim after being...
Look, Trai Ngube was there. I think they were supposed to share the results as we keep on.
And of course, Brighton Chimene gets us underway right here. It is MWOS who gets us underway as they attack from right to left on the television screen. And Highlanders in all white today attacking from left to right on your screen here. And of course, they get the first test, and MWOS will recover. And of course, they'll try and circle down here. That is MWOS, the Panthers in red. Can they gamble their way to victory at Midfield Stadium? That is the big question as Highlanders look to hold it. Arthur Jobu looking for, that is Risen Sibanda with 5 goals so far this season. Starts ahead of Brighton Maninja Ngube, who had started 50 consecutive games for Highlanders until today, where he gets to sit on the bench. Last week we were celebrating that as a shot in anger. Is shot, and no problem there from the captain Melikaya Ngube there.
Well, the coach Trai Ngube has opted for Risen Sibanda and never Rauji. But for me, I think it's like for like. Risen has got speed, Risen has got skill, so does Never Rauji. So it's really quite interesting for me to see how it's going to develop, because you're supposed to have balance. He was supposed to have power, speed and skill, but now he's got speed and skill, and we have to see how effective that is going to be.
How effective it is going to be, that's the big question. Who will? And of course, MWOS having known already the 24 hours before that. Their rivals, that is Simba, Bora, drew against FC Platinum yesterday. They would love to have maximum points in this one, or truly avoid defeat to keep pace and keep within touching distance of the log lead there.
Yeah, and look, I think they've got a competitive advantage and a psychological one, because they really know what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to get the 3 points. But are they going to get them here at BF with this vociferous crowd? I don't think so.
A long one is pushed forward for Nebaroyusi to chase, but doesn't have the legs, and they'll trickle out for a throw in on the near side. Throw in to the Panthers. Valentine Gatsande was looking for Tafazo George, but this could be a chance in the box for Rizin Sibanda. But he wasn't quick enough, as was thwarted by Sergio Mrambiwa. A cross comes inside the box. A chance for Highlanders there to shoot. He's still telling in the box there. They're still looking for a player in white, but they can't find him. Poor defenses have a mistake now. The Panthers can go on a counter. Do they have the numbers? He holds it nicely there. Atabanda still in possession. Free kick given against that is Tendai Muvuti. Brighton Jimen, of course, one of the most experienced match officials we have in our country as well.
Yeah, quite experienced, and you know what? I think because of the temperament of this game and the importance of this game, he is the perfect referee for the match.
There you go. All right, let's look at Sergio Mrambiwa is behind it. Try moving the pictures of the Highlanders gaffer, the interim coach who has taken over after the firing of Kevin Kayendu. He knows how to pack them from afar. I won't be surprised if he goes for goal. Couldn't wrap his foot around it. Poor technique from him, or execution, I must say. And the goal kick to the home side Highlanders. The Mpilo end, not very full today. But the Soweto end, I'll tell you, it's packed to capacity. You'll expect it. So will be the Western end. That is Mbankwen. It will be filling up soon. Trust you me, by end of this match, you won't find a space to sit. Here come Highlanders. Close down. Billy Veremu. Bema does well in his defensive duties as the captain, leading from the front. Muscle Mshora gets the first touch, and today they opt for Reward Musa to be in goal. Velo loses possession. Tafazo George falls, looking for a free kick, not given by Brighton Chimene. Rizin Sibanda can go on a back, but quickly closed down there by one of the most solid defenders in the league. That is Tafazo Nyabuze. Kwaga, they call him. The 5 up. The two sides still sizing each other up. Melikaya pumps one for the rugby field. Part of the fans that are here. Skumbuzo, well-known journalist, works for the Chronicle, also featuring here. He's here. A mistake there as they lose possession. Billy Veremu sitting on 10 goals. Could look to add to his tally this afternoon. Andrew Mbeba, captain to the Warriors at the Kasafa Cup in their unsuccessful campaign, but showing his pedigree as a team leader, not only for Highlanders but also for the nation. Here comes the cross. Settling into the waiting arms of Francis Tizai. Set pair of hands, those and with many years of experience. Here comes now Mazuka. Mshore does well. Rumors are flying around about him leaving Highlanders. Could he? I'm sure it will hurt Highlanders if he's going to leave them because he's been their cog.
Very strong rumors that about 3 players are going to be crossing the floor, and interestingly, the balls. So let's just wait and see whether it's going to come into fruition.
It is. Brisbane's wanted to chase, and Nyabudze. We spoke about the battle that these two are going to be involved in. It shall be an interesting one. Nyabudze solid. Rizin and Menace with pace. Who will win that battle between those two? Look at that. He's harassing him, making sure he makes him very uncomfortable. And he gets to shout at Tijai, why didn't you come out to collect that one? He was like, play safe. I think that's the message that the goalkeeper gave him. Looks short, Tijai, but very agile. Corner kick to Highlanders, the first one. It's whipped in. Belikaya with the flick. Defended, but Highlanders still have possession. But quickly cleared by the Panthers as they win a throw in on the near side. Samaita almost wanting to play the ball as quickly as possible. Father and sons, uncles. The cross comes in from Tafaza George. No problem for Ruat Musa as it clips along and forward. Nicely tucked in by Tedai Mufuti. Oh, couldn't complete his passes, was looking for Rizin. Mason Nshore to mop up. Highlanders moving forward now with Talent Dube. Open foot, rough challenge there from Tedai Mufuti. He needs to step carefully. The way he went in there, it was more of a lunge. And Brighton, with the experience, he will tell him to calm down. Young man.
Yeah,
let's not play to the gallery.
Open foot.
The challenge again, just in case you missed it. There.
He's actually lucky to not
get away without a
yellow
caution
card,
there.
yeah.
Beba to retrieve for Highlanders. Finds Talent Dube. Clips along one forward. Mshore to win it with a good touch. Nevarauji beats 2 markers. Wins a free kick. Brighton Jimene, experienced. I'll tell you, you'll be there at Kasafa. He was there as well at Kasafa. Here comes now Highlanders, but good defensive work from Nigel Martina, playing his part in tracking back. Free kick. Muvuti has to be very careful.
Yeah, quite clumsy challenges that he is doing.
Too eager.
He needs to calm down, like you said. He needs to calm down.
Probably too eager. You know, when you get your start playing for the black and white at Bufferfield Stadium and the crowd packed like this, sometimes the nerves and the pressure gets into you. So you need to calm down. Here comes now Rizin Sibanja with his pace. Nyabudze monitoring him. He finds the pass. Cleared calmly by the Panthers. To get out of there. Nicely done there by Sergio Murabio. They call him Busquets. This is Sergio Murabio. That half turn, intelligently done. You bitten his mark and left him for dead. But we know the old school. Don't let him go. Tag along or take him down.
Yeah, just get one of them, either the man or the ball.
Throw in.
That's yesterday football for you. No blood, no foul.
Indeed. There you go. If you didn't learn from the old school breakfast, you get to learn how they used to do it back in the day. That's Talusha Beba for you. Beba. Cleared emphatically. Highlanders will recollect as they win a free kick as well. Mushore directing and reminding them how he wants them to keep their shape. JB, the Panthers. Mushore now to control the ball. Neva Rauji. Velo Koza. Rauji tries to leave his marker for Ted. He does with it, but the cross wasn't too good. And it trickles out for a throw. Innocent Zambezi was watchful and very alert. Kozana. Velo. His height reminds me of the great Caesar Bantukos, if you remember. Very mercurial player, talented. You wouldn't want to mark him on the touchline.
He would leave you for dead.
Here comes Nyabudze, going in a circle. Leaving dangerous reasons. Wanda will chase at every ball and try and press the Panthers. Tafaza George with a poor uncompleted pass. Koza lashes at it. Hubert Ngube wins a free kick. Quickly taken by Medikai and Ngube too. Talent Dube. Cross comes in. Sibanda controls it in the box. Goal! Misses the proper whisker. First shot in the anger from Highlanders from Velokoza.
What a shot, but I think it got a bit of deflection and Tizai there a bit distracted.
It was a curve ball.
Oh, it was a curve ball, yeah.
They're not allowed to hit them, eh? Francis Tizai to restart. For MWOS is the man who has taken over from Martin Mapisa. Here comes Billy Veremu now. Tafaza George whips it across, but it's a poor one. No problem for Highlanders defensively. They'll gladly take the goal kick and possession and restart. Reward Musa, born in 1999, 26 years of age. For goalkeepers, that's when you reach your peak, isn't it?
Yeah, precisely. And one good thing is you can even reach up to 40 years.
Still got time. Goalless it is after 15 minutes at Emakumeni Papafield Stadium. Now Sanduku Balati Siakwamugela City. Ingabeli Chona Njani Mazimpapa Mahle Labanye Abapechea Ungabe Ubugele Ugulipi Ilizwe Siakwakumela Emakumeni Papafield Stadium. Lapoge Okushla Kanaba Fanabe Highlanders. Betalage Lama Panthers Fanabe MWOS Bonage Abasuga Good Northern Region. Katuma Bonanga team line up lakana. Koza Tube, Mhlobu Mbeba, defense, Mshore Ngube, Mvuti, midfield, Sibanda, Raushi, Pambili, I'm a striker. Bachigeri ngane lapana, MWOS, Tizai, Useketin, Katsanda Nyabuze, Zambezi, Emuva, Murambiwa Mchikambizi, Babet defense, George Mutsuka Matina, Pagat Lapagati, Pambili, Veremu Panda, Kanjeana, 352. By Misa Inchalo Highlander Le MWOS Kanchalo Batata Farama Panthers MWOS Wehamba Uata Panda Bechiga Lifichane La Pana Batoluban Yachiliga Chakalitan Tola Mutafata Church Betola Geutino Tedam Chkambizi Mfana gewazo la 2001 ebonu Innocent Zambezi mfana wakuhlaleli Caps United. Nyabudze Shailite batinga ke umfana uthangu atapanda liphumela phandle laphana. Throw in kubafana bama Panthers. Mshkambizi eligcina kakuhle laphana uthola ubani Nyabudze bambiza bethu ngokukhwaga eshaya elide belikhiphela beligcina abafana beHighlanders Yupet Ncube bampi free kick laphana unompempe uthi hayi amandla suka amanengi mfana kithi isitshwala dlane suthisayo no testing kakhulu
ya khona usebenza indololwane lapha nokuqala azama ukuwina ibhora lelana and hayi indololwane asivumi la
dangerous play batho njalo esingisi uyalithinta umbeba unompembe uBrighton Chimene uthi kalidlale ba forward gazibuye ziwe sibone Nevarouche bali thola kanjalo bafana bama-Panthers atapata bemchaya laphana unompembe befuna ukudlala i-advantage wabo ntayikho u-atapanta nguye sebuhlungwini laphana uyaphakama ama-player njalo vele bona kanjelana ukuthi bamngene kanjani laphana
akuba ngibizo phola Arthur Ndlovu versus Arthur Band
Arthur Ndlovu versus Arthur Panda nguphi Arthur Zamtinga lapha oh sala bangani bakho ngaphi wena umdlalo webhola iCastle ka Premier Soccer League week match day 18 Highlanders sipho esimnyama ngenkani bedlala lama Panthers ngezobhejo ngiyakutshela nangu Philipero Matingo Arthur Panda laphana shayile fitshane lihle ethela ukutafatsa George engaligcini kuhle laphana liphumela phandle throw in bafana beHighlanders bahle bagezile bazo support ibhoso oh sizobona throw in iphiwa laphana uMason Sharif ukuthatha amasinya laphana edingo uReason Sibanda elishaya ekhanda liphumela phandle laphana behamba bonke throw in kubamphathas laphana Ken Ntebele predecessor Michael Nis Roto Tabe nguyokhona kathesi nguyosibambileyo bonke bahlezi khona phana kuhle
ya mela badlali besazi ukuthi hayi national team coach ukhona phandle la
Mshore shayile laphana kuReason Sibanda Hoban to outside laphana bese beyivula phulile idefense yama-Panthers laphana phakuthe okungekho emthethweni kungasenani
ya bona ungathi balenkinga especially ungakhangela lapha ku left back yikho la uRauja ngealoke fohla khona uRauja ikafunika khona and ya but inkinga ekhona ukuthi uReason ngathi umfitshane manje nxa uRauja eletha la ama cross lawo ukuthi awathole emoyeni hayi kumele amnika phansi
Emsuzana lichumi lambili esidlaliwe lapha emagumeni noto ka noto 0-0 nguchikilo bhanqa Highlanders versus MWOS match day 18 uyabuya ke lapha uNevarouche nangana esidla 1 Nevarouche bathi hayi oyisibili ngeke mfana kithi bali lahla ama-Panthers laphana Melikhaya Ncube echibilika wenza kanjani thola uMason umshore laphana uyadinga uthola ke laphana umfelo khoza eshaya cross emnandi yathi Simba ube ithola kakuhle laphana ube futhi uthaya yona ke imfela ukuthi shali thubele shaya nethini ukuthi laba amaphepha ndaba laba thatha imfonekiso lathi la ku replay lapha bese sakutshela sethi hayibo usale kancane nje talo
ulikhuthe kancane Skizo
bahle
innocent
5 abangani asazi uzala abangani bakho Nyabutse Melikhaya talent Dube liphumela phandle lapha bembhala throw in empankweni utasabeni matuta spoon bali gcina ke lapha amaphanda liphumela phandle unompembe chayela la uhlokha leceleni nje waqabonda hayi inhliziyo nathi Martina aloku udlalile uref betasa
uref betasa and kumele bafunde ukuthi bona ngabadlale ngempembe hayi ngokhwelo labantu
akhona lo PF ngiyatshela makhomeni chikalite lapana bali thola abafana amaPanthers shayelite nguMartina lo akula muntu phambili uyalithatha ke kakuhle lapha umfana uMvelo Khoza shayelite lapha uMvelo thola uMashona Mshore lingahlala esifubeni sakhe shayelite lapha siyaphambili badinga ke uArthur Phandle liphumele phandle throw in kwafana bephoso namhlaba shayeza imhlophe lo mnyama kancane Mshore nompembe lapha shaya impembe lapha ukhona kubonile ukuthi hayi free kick abafana be Highlanders belimdosa uMashona Mshore lapha noyikhanda uthi manje kwenziwe njani kuza hamba njani Endrumbe captain wabafana be Highlanders Mfuthi Mpela pha elithola kanjalo Melikhaya elithole kanjalo Nguneva Rausha liphutshela emuva lapha kuMbheba uMbheba eshaya elide nje ethi haya sabheli fika hlohla phambili bafole free kick iphiwa ke abafana bamaPanthers uCaptain wabo uNyabuze babiza benguthi ngukhwakha awuyavala lamanzi lundoda nakuhla urizini lomsebenzi omkhulu nxa sisemakhosi sabe sithi mkhulu lomsebenzi babuye abaPanthers crossing kena laphana corner kick yayivimba lapha uMashona Mshore sebenza kanzima corner kick yaqala lapha ibuya kona ku 25 minutes kubafana bamaPanthers balunga ke bebonke bengalithaka thanda lapha Sfonte Chayelite lapha corner kick set piece Billy Verre mumute phela lapha Chayelite lapha elikhiphu Endrumbeba bali khipha abafana aPanthers salu Chayelite hawu no tukachana lapha ulo reward lapha baza thethe umhloniphe kancane lapha Valentine Katsande nguye lapha basibona lathi salibona nxa ukabuya ngaye emagumeni namhla buya sisako first half buya Mvelo elibisela ku reward Shayelite lapha maPanthers balithola kanjalo Shayelite lapha namhlanje ibozi kayane hayi ayikasekli kahle ayathola amaphasi lapha ku final 30 lapha
indaba ye-midfield leyo ukuthi babavimbile njengoba uTrawe bechilo eyalento ijayele ukudlala nga-3 midfielders kodwa namhlanje ifake 4 so mbone ngathi imbangele leyo ukuthi bangathola amabhora kuhle bamfide uBilly Verre phambili lo Arthur Phandle but asike sibone ngoba namba bazama ukufuhla ngale ku talent Dube
Arthur Phandle Tafatso George kalitholi lapha bamvimba lapha ngo Mvelo Khoza okwamanje hayi uMvelo uTafatso mvalela phandle nje ubile umfana ubile
khona kunjalo nxa uqala ukudlalela ucoach omutsha enjwayele ukuthi hayi i-team lo coach omutsha akayiluzi
akayidliwe man bakhiphela phandle lapha abafana be Highlanders nangiyani utry Ncube nguye sezibambile ngumqeqeshi beqembu le Highlanders Zambezi Innocent wadlalela iCaps United ade sedlalela iMozi yona beshaya lapha bebavimba elithatha ke engachiya ngejubani eTasan berizin keeper Rizin hawu bantu abesiba umfana lapha na bamthithileni walikhipha phosa kwabanzima lapha bafike bathay confusion yamampela
hayi uReason bekumele agijime lapha nokuzwana manje nampa lapho lokho bedlala uNompembe nasetheka kumiwe angazi ukuthi impembe bayizwa yini kumbe kodwa hayi yayilenda lapha na hayi bekumele ihlohle bekumele behlohle lapho angazi njalo ukuthi kumbuthana uvalo kumbe njalo indaba ejubane leyiye engathi imvalile kancane hayi
kumele eqine man
bekumele aqine la
lapha kumele eqine okunye amela ukukhangela ukuthi bakuthini khayela ibhola kumele eqine
kodwa lo Rawushi la nje
bathintile ubuso
kwesinye isikhathi ungazi uhlohle evini ngozwane
nje
thina sasithi ngurama
so bamdlepha ubuso so singathi kusekhanda ebusweni ukuthi umiselene nxa engabaphanga nje i-free kick yakhona ke yabethe iyedinja engabona ukuthi usebusweni kodwa wathi mele lapho ke kithima mfana lo ubese siyafika lapha uNeva Rawushi bamqalela lapha
ya kodwa uValentine Katsandi udlale kuhle kakhulu ngoba bese limthile ibhola lela kodwa ke ngakhona ukuyana ukuthi uslidile hayi lokho kuyi0 ka 0
noto ka noto 0 ka 0 ucheke lo bhanqa sisemagumeni ZBC TV batshele hamba ku Facebook yethu ZBC News Online uyalibukela noma ungapi tshela abangani bakho share le link yakho throw in belithatha amasinya laphana betinga uArthur Panther umbheke uthi ngikhona mina goal kick Piliveremo asobhola lakho akumaka ku18 kuyi-goal kick akusadingani lapha kwenzakalani uyazazi ukuziboosta abafana laba ke kuyabe sokusithini ekhanda la
ya into eqhakathekileyo ukuthi nxa isizini engakaqalisi lapha bake badinge lo Nompembe babachasisele imithetho emitsha angithi kunje so eEurope ibreak imithetho izatshintsha so kuzamele bafunde ukuthi umthetho omutsha uthini
yabuya ke iHighlander nango efuna ukudlula one but dice khona wabe mdlula shay cross laphana ugoalkeeper wathi khona Francis Tizai
lo yabamba lo
alo ubambe
yabamba lo
engabe ngani ngumfithane kodwa yabe ukhumbuzo Jafet Mparutsa wayebiza shortcut kumbumangoe
ngoba hayi kuzamele bazame sibili ubungcono ukuthi baze bamdlule
30 minutes zathamba kana mshengo ukuthi batha tiri kunandara yepa Midfield Stadium ubulayo pari kuthamba ipo bakhomana be Highlanders bachithungana ne bakhomana be MWOS Panthers bakhomana bakathenga franchise ku Southern Region ibo bachipha ku Northern Region ndokuthi baphinde bukasula ka Premier Soccer League parashino bakagarapa position 2 palok yeGorarino vari kutoda zvakutodaro 0 kwa 0 0 kwa 0 Piliveremo akagara nemagoals 10 musisi leGorarino Rizin Sibanda nanyambudze Rizin Sibanda chichengeta zvakanakisisa achiona Mason Mshore ada kutamba chimbi paya kuti vagone kupatsanura defense vakomana ve the Panthers MWOS Francis Tizai achiri panyambudze cross richirova refu Tavazo George aripo apo achishirikira Tavazo George Bora free kick iwe yararama Brighton chimene ababetsera vane mufaro nekuti vamtsvina pembe vazorova pito vakati aiwaya handizvotevazo George hauna kuita zviri pamutemo achivhariro panzi 50-50 Talu hey
papa refu abatsirawo I think inini yanga iri 50-50 yaye
50-50
instead MWOS ndio yanga chifanira kupuwawo free kick
Philippe achiratidzwa yellow card ari kunyanya kuda ari kunyanya kudetsa ari kunyanya kuvhiringa ari kunyanya kudonodza mutambo nekutaurisa vamtsvina pembe vakati ndini mutemo ndini ndinogadzika ndini ndoziva ndini ndakabata pito
kana pito yarira ingoita zviripo ipapo hapana faula hapana faula
vararama vakomana veHighlanders Brighton Chimene vamtsvina pembe vazviona nenzira yakasiyana iyo rinenge richifamba bhora racho rasiyana nesu tozoona nedzokororo Billy Veremo yellow card Andrew Mbeva achiona chikomana icho chinonzi talent Dube ari kutsvaka ari kuona chikomana Ndeva Raushi mukomana Valentine Katsanda akati ndiri pano vamtsvina pembe vakati Raushi atitambe nemaoko huya uzavona ZBC TV ichikupa mutambo weKasolaka Premier Soccer League match day 18 vari kuuya vakomana veHighlanders Reason Sivanda ari kutsvaka ane magoals 5 iyo anoti mashanu pasizini ino iyi vari kutsvaka chikomana Ndeva Raushi uyo achitenderedza bhora rakatekisisa richivharwa nevakomana veMWOS vakomana ivava vanovhara mvura pare zvino unoona kuti vakomana veMWOS ivo vagoisa 22 goals vakonsida 11 chete zvakabalansa kudai
defense yavo yakaoma and ukanyatsotarisa ka 18 games ichingokonsida 11
chete free kick yapiwa vakomana the Panthers yellow card rakabatwa namtsvina pembe vaBrighton Chimene vari kumbotarisa kuti mukomana uyu zvakaringana here tichiona zvakare zvaitika apo Mason Mshora simudza gumbo mudenga ndiye achapiwa yellow card navamtsvina pembe vaBrighton Chimene 35 minutes ndidzo dzatambwa 0-0 Mangange munhandare yeBabafield Stadium muna Mbulawayo ukadzika pasi chando chakunyatsoroverera asi zvemutambo webhora ndiyo yatinoti weather inoita kuti mamiriro ekunze anoita kuti bhora rinyatsotambika richifamba
and the BF yacho ground racho rinonyatsobvuma passing game chaiyo
rakanyatsochekwa zvakanaka Maison Mshora ari kuvhudza goalkeeper wake Reward Muza Melikaya ndiyo vari paall naNdeva Raushi Hubert achitsibva ipapo
but ndiri kufunga sekuti vakawandisa paola ukatarisa vanhu 6 vese ava behind the ball
pane chikomana chonzi Sergio Mrambiwa pane chikomana chinonzi Billy Veremu vachiri bloka zvakanaka wall iyaya vachienda vakomana veHighlanders vari kutsvaka chikomana Reason Sibanda akaribata papa achirichengetedza zvakanaka richikumbirwa naHubert Ncube achirichengeta zvakanaka achiona chikomana chinonzi Ndeva Raushi achitsvaka pasi achirishaiwa paya vakomana vePanthers vachiti tinotenda ndimadhuwe rava oko
ona nejive yacho
Francis Tizai ari kutsvaga vachiona icho chikomana chinonzi Nigel Matina chazouya kuruboshwe rweatakiri vakomana veThe Panthers achimbotambira kurudyi vachirova refu naAndrew Mbeva achitsvaga chikomana chinonzi Never Rauchi achirichengeta zvakanaka akatarisana naValentine Katsande akati bodo ndiri pano achiritora vakomana vemaPanthers vachienda naro vachikrosa center half apo Billy Veremu achitora trivela pachatsvaga Arthur Banda vachiona Valentine Katsande achirichengeta achidzosara kumashure richirova naBilly Veremu vakomana veHighlanders vachiri tiri pano vachirivhara vamchera pepe vachimbomisa mutambo. Hubert Ncube akabata musoro ivo vari kumomhanya kunotarisa kuti ndiani akuwara. Never Rauchi 38 minutes dzatambwa. Talu, your assessment so far?
Ndofunga kuti Never Rauchi is one of the people vanofanira kuita kuti Highlanders inyatsotamba, but the problem andinaye nezvake hana balance. First ukatarisa ari kutamba bhora achingodona pane yatinotiyo nechirungu proprioception balance. He needs to improve on his proprioception because paadona ipapo a lot of players vanga vato advance, saka ukaluza bhora pa final third pakadaro it becomes dangerous. Vatoita lucky because refu amisa bhora zvake, but he needs to work on his balance.
Vari kunakirwa Samaita Lloyd Mtesa vakarohwa last weekend kwekutanga kupedza season, ukaona vakugeza kumeso nemvura zvinenge zvakuda kunakidza kana kuti zvarema, vauda kunyatsoonesesa kuti vodi voronga sei. Arthur Ndlovu chirova rakarebesa apa ari kutsvaga reason richibuda panze apa. Throw in kuvakomana veHighlanders richitorwa naMvelo, vari kutsvaga ivo kuti vari pano, richidzokera kuna Mvelo vachitamba 1-2 yakanakisa vakomana veHighlanders. Arivara aritamba asati arikava atoona atoita pasi iro risati rasvika mumakombo make.
Unofanira kutarisa bhora all the time.
Kuri kutaura baba vakutovhara jacket ndiye mukomana aitambira Highlanders Gift Lunga Junior. Baba ivo vaiti vakapotsa bhora vavasikakusiye.
Very tough defender. But
vakukocha majuniors anditi
vakukocha majuniors, yes. Highlanders timu iyo yanga akaoma iwe yana Gift Lunga ndo timu yaye kutora machampionship hobo kaya.
40 minutes we have played here. It is still goalless between Highlanders and MWOS the Panthers. With 5 minutes plus optional time still to play. If you're just joining us, welcome. You haven't missed much, but so far chances. But MWOS also a bit unlucky not to be ahead nonetheless.
Yeah, I think MWOS really losing that midfield battle, and they're now trying to use the channels, and you'll find that at least they are getting to the final third when they use the channels.
Here they come now. Good defensive work coming through from Tendai Mufuti. He's working hard as well now. He's now more central than on the wing where he was.
Concentration time.
Football and beauty. Corner kick. Second one for the Panthers. The referee says, let's go. It's a good one, Reward. Puts his hand on it. And Never Rauchi will go on a pike here. But Valentine Katsande will always be there to retrieve. Rather, it's Nyabuzi. Here they come now. Unlucky. Innocent Zambezi handling there.
Eyes on the ball.
Eyes on the ball.
Eyes on the
Concentration levels. It's how the brain works. Messi, you'll know his pass, then you'll focus on the ball to come on his feet.
Definitely. Orientation, we call it,
There you
in
go.
the field of play.
Good to have Coach Dalu here. You always get the highlights. The fans frustrated, not too happy, as well as they discuss here. They know what try needs to know.
And they're always right. Like
There
I
you
always
go.
say.
Chizai restarting the attacker for the Panthers. Velo punches one forward, but that one will trickle out for touch. Throw in to the Panthers. Valentine Gatande. Here they come. Shoving him off the ball. Sergio Morambio. He is their Busquets.
Quite combative.
Versatile. Lanky. And physical as well. Here they come now, Highlanders. Rauji. Free kick says Brighton Chimene. The partisan crowd doesn't agree. But he is blown. There you go. They are up on their feet. They are frustrated. Whether to the referee or their players. Two things involved.
Yeah, but that's a foul.
That's a foul.
And laws need to be applied to the game.
Indeed. Francis Tizai clips a long one forward as we get into the 45th minute here. Try parking instructions. Aged player holding it, worried as well. He knows what could have happened. And yesterday, of course, we were worried where Brian Banda was, and we hear that the said news that he was involved in an accident, and he's serious. And we pray for that great player, former Highlanders son as well, though playing for FC Platinum now. They call him Bora. So we're going to witness a minute of added time here being given by Brighton Chimene.
Yeah, we wish.
And we really pray for Brian Banda to recover the other on other.
Which other will prevail, we don't know.
Time for selfies? Proof of life? Or is it proof of where you are?
Yeah, you have this in the phone.
There
Where
you
are
go.
you?
Talent Dube. Yupet Nube, tussling and fighting. Wins a free kick. Quickly taken to Masam Share, but Breton Chimene will like, I'm not ready. I was still going to mark. He's enjoying his spray. He
Yeah.
needs to mark.
Quite productive, the spray. Because football players can be very cunning. Eh?
Yeah.
So this is one of the gadgets that have really professionalized the game.
Tizai sorting out his wall there. Highlanders with a set piece to conclude probably this first half. Can they conclude with a goal here and get this crowd into a frenzy? And they come, Beba, the way anticipation. They know how good he is, and they win a corner kick, and they're excited. They could smell blood.
They are quite edging him on there. It is his territory, but Tizai equals to the task. Let's see how they deal with this one from Belo Koza.
Corner kick, it's whipped in, it's a good one. Bebayeta! Oh my goodness, so he headed Mishore to the wrong side there.
What a let off. What a let off. They could have finished here on a very high note, Highlanders. But very good defensive work from MWOS. Very compact.
We are at halftime here at Midfield Stadium and the score remains goalless. The first half has been an evenly balanced game, with both Highlanders Football Club and MWOS FC creating few clear-cut chances. The Bosso and the Panthers have been locked in a tight contest, with both defenses working hard to nullify the opposition's attacks. The midfield battle has been intense, with both teams fighting for every ball. The second half promises to be a thriller, I'll tell you, as both teams look to break the deadlock and take the lead. Will Highlanders FC's attacking flair be enough to breach the MWOS defense, or will the Panthers' solidity prove too much for Iboso? The crowd will be waiting, and will be waiting, and Talu will be back for the next 45. But over assessment of the first 45 before we cross to Charles and Mabika in the studio.
Great first half. I'll give it to Highlanders, marginally give it to Highlanders, especially in the middle of the park. But MWOS also had a fair, good chances. So evenly balanced first half. Let's see how it's going to turn out in the second half.
So, goalless it is, halftime here at Emakumeni. We cross to the studio for halftime analysis and we'll be back for the second half.
That's it then, halftime from Emagumeni, Midfield Stadium. It's Iboso, Highlanders nil, the Panthers MWOS nil. Not much excitement, if the truth be told, but Highlanders being the more dominant side, slightly, if you want to put it at that, because MWOS is the half grew towards the end. They started coming through, and they had perhaps a fair shout for a foul day, but Brighton Chimene waving it otherwise the other way around. Yes, welcome to our continued live coverage of the Zimbabwe Football Premiership. Yesterday we gave you all the updates from the 6 games that we had. Of course, we had one game for you from Mandava Stadium, and today we have this game here from Emagumeni. I can tell you that there are 2 other games, one from Gibbo Stadium in Triangle, and the host, the Sugar Boys Triangle United nil. The visitors, Maviravira Scotland nil. It's the same scoreline in Mbiles at Rufaro Stadium, where the Green Machine Caps United are taking on Boys Denaro Green Fuel, who are now under the mentorship of new head coach, the Professor Rodwell Tlakama. Of course, Caps United are still under Ian, the General, or Kabanana Bakala. Right, still here, the 2 experts from ZBC TV Sports, Ginola William Tingwa and Uche Achiford Mundava. Ginola, if the truth be told, not much excitement, but Highlanders slightly more dominant.
Yeah, honestly, CNN, there's nothing much to write home about this game. It's a cage affair. Yes, Highlanders a slight dominance in terms of possession, maybe 52% to 48% as compared to MWOS. And maybe the major talking point will be that disallowed goal for MWOS FC, where Brighton Chimene, I don't know for whatever reason, I think to me it was a bit questionable. I thought it was a legitimate goal. Yes, there was a foul actually on the MWOS player outside the box. At first I thought maybe he played the advantage, but then the advantage resulted in a goal. Then he later gave a free kick to Highlanders. Yes, the Highlanders defender went down, but I don't think the touch from the striking MWOS there was enough to have him down. To me, that was a goal. But the referee, he knows he's the one at the center of it. He thought otherwise. But I think that's the major talking point of the first half, even considering that there are not many chances being created here. Even the home side, though they are dominating, they only got their first corner kick in the last minute of the first half.
That's right. Well, like I said, remember at the top of the show, the games nowadays are being hogged. That is translating into human. Yes, I think for the benefit of the doubt, we must say they are human after all. Because maybe if we had VAR, I don't know when we are going to get VAR. If ever we're going to get VAR, maybe in a short while. I can tell you that South Africa will have VAR when they are next, because that one, you saw it. They will probably get the replays from the highlights. Should Brighton Chimene have awarded the free kick the other way? Shouldn't we have let that goal stand? You will make up your mind. Uche Achiford Mundava is still here. And Uche, your thoughts on that incident?
Yeah, if you look at the rule book for the referee, MWOS were going for a strike. Then a player was fouled. The referee was correct to let advantage, but that advantage was turned into a disadvantage. Look, he was now in a scoring position.
As we check the highlights, Uche, just carry on.
Yeah.
As we watch the highlights.
That bicycle kick there by Highlanders forward, but I think he had ample time to chase it down, and here again, the MWOS defender. you know, seeing how these players do it. He managed to bring Simba down there, but the referee didn't see it.
That's right. This one should have been, Uche, sorry to bite. This one should have been a free kick to Highlanders.
Yes, free kick to Highlanders.
Should have been.
But the referee is closer to the action. You see him, because they ran diagonally, and he was closer. He was in propinquity, or he was within the action zone, but he just let it. He was supposed to give a free kick.
That's
to MWOS there.
Highlanders were undone here, grossly undone by referee Brighton Chimene, and then then it went the other way. Maybe referee, I did say they are human after all, didn't I? And then probably saying because I didn't award that one, so let me award it to Bosso this time around. As we see the highlights, and usually we are gonna reason Sibanda here. Ribo should have got a free kick.
But maybe CNN, on balance of probability, there was a Highlanders player who was ghosting from the left side. Maybe the referee was playing advantage, but again, the defender was quick to recover.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe.
If the advantage doesn't work out, surely you
you should
turn it around.
But
referee Brighton Chimene didn't. You know, it's like I said, once again, we're all human after all. Shinola.
Yes, like what Achi is saying there. Reasons Banda was going for, I think there was a mix-up between the defender and the goalkeeper. Francis Tizai, he came out of his goal area there, and the defender was trying to head the ball back to the goalkeeper. And then Reasons Banda was taking off, accelerating towards the ball, and then he was nudged on the face there, and he went down. The referee, if he was playing advantage, the moment the advantage was not realized, he should have brought play back and award Highlanders a free kick, probably a yellow card for stopping Reasons Banda from benefiting from that. Right. But I'm tend to disagree with those two decisions from the match official. Yes, he's the reigning referee of the year, but those two decisions in the first half, I think he got it wrong.
Well, we'll have a chance to catch up on that one when we get it on the highlights, and then you can also make up your mind. But if you're just joining us, we are bringing at Rufaro Stadium goalless between Makepe Kepe, the Green Machine, and Boys Zenaro, Green Fuel. It's also goalless at Gibbo Stadium, where the Sugar Boys Triangle United are hosting Mavira Vira, Scotland. But we are just hoping for a goal, maybe from here. Let's watch this one. This is the incident now. Just take a look here, and the referee gives it to Highlanders. It went in. That goal should have stood. So the two experts here saying that the most player, and he waved play on, right, advantage, and it got to Tafadzwa George. But then that ball went in and goal should have stood. But listen, maybe he read it some other way, but I don't know whether it will come up again. If you haven't made up your mind, make up your mind once again. It doesn't matter, even if you're a Highlander supporter, because your team should have got a free kick when Rebo was brought down that time around. Do you think that the goal should have stood against you? You probably think not. You probably think not. But if you're a more supporter, you will say that goal should have stood. OJ.
There
it goes again.
There's the action. Foul committed there by Highlanders forward. He let play continue. Then, according to the referee, maybe there is a nudge or no nudge. But CNN, according to the laws of the game, let's look at. Let's go for the sequence of the events. First event, a foul on a MWOS player. It was supposed to be a foul. All right. So we've got that foul hanging, but the referee let play continue to advantage to MWOS. But that advantage now, I've scored, and suddenly are saying no. If you are saying no to my goal scoring, then I'm still supposed to give me my free kick.
That's right. But listen, it's done. It's done and dusted for that one. We are waiting for the second half, right? And it is the second half. We go back to Vava and DB. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Welcome back. Right here at Emakumene as we get underway. Two sides still deadlock after the first 45. Now they get to test the second 45 here. It's anyone's game. It's who wants it more. Who can win it? Can it be the Panthers if they can win this one and go at the top of the log? Or maybe it is Highlanders who will find redemption and qualify themselves, dismissing former gaffer Kevin Kaindu had come for his second dance with the Highlanders. Clipped and well defended by the Panthers. They're coming forward now. Billy Ferremo. Can he add to his 10-goal tally? Can he get his 11th? His nemesis is in the golden boot. Washington Navaya, Dinsko at the banda, safely into the waiting arms of Ruad Musa. That's a very steady goalkeeper.
Yeah, brilliant chance for MWOS, and like I said, look at the 10 there, eliminating Beva. He didn't put enough power.
Didn't hit it with the laces.
Yes, he needed to really hit it hard with the laces and the follow through. He would probably have beaten Musa.
Free kick. Here comes now Melikaya, being muscled out there